Hi. Hello, cutie patooties. Hello. Hello, lovely beans. Hello, lovely beans. How is everybody doing today? Happy Wednesday. How are all the cutie patooties? How are all the cutiest of patooties? Sluggy, congratulations on first. Klaus, congrats on second. And Ruby, congrats on third. Hello. You don't mind me making the music box channel? No, that's absolutely perfect, Sluggy. Thank you. Thank you for adding that. I appreciate it. How is everybody doing? Happy end of the day. Are you all feeling straight today? I see Klaus is already a lot straighter at 80%. Rip. Poor thing. Also, Ruby, thank you for the 110 stream streak. Holy heck. That's crazy. That's crazy. Hi, Coco. And 52. Still on the right side of 50, you know? Still on the right side of 50. And hi, Gitso. Oh, no. Oh, not the 6%. And then Ruby just rubbing it in with the 168. Damn. Damn. How are the lovely beans today? How are the lovely beans? Have you guys had a good Wednesday so far? I am an Eepy bean. I am so tired. Doing alright, put some new speakers in my car. Oh, you're gonna be one of those people now that drives around with a car with like the booming bass, which is boom, 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 boom. I mean, that's what I'm imagining. I don't think Sluggy really listens to that kind of music, but I'm still just gonna imagine Sluggy going around in his car going boom, 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 with the bass just like bouncing the whole car as he drives now. That's canon. No matter what you say, Sluggy, that's now canon. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I'm stealing all the gay. No, you're just channeling it. It's okay. You saw everybody else, and you were like, we ain't having this. We ain't having this. Love me right, baby, love me right, I mean, 6 inches sounds a lot. Yeah, no, fair. Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it. Fair. Let's see how I'm. The first day after the end of the gay. What are the chances? Oh my god. Now that's perfect. Now that's perfect. Honestly, that's also pretty accurate. I'm feeling very little gay today. Really all I'm feeling is I want to sleep. Is that Ace energy, Coco? Is Ace energy just wanting to sleep? Cuz that's what I'm feeling right now. I just honestly, I kind of just want to crawl in. Can we do a sleep stream? I know I said I don't like the concept of sleep streams, but like, can I just like turn the camera on and then just go to sleep? Does that work? Can we do that? if I just put my if I put my model like sideways, yeah, and then just make a really crudely drawn blanket. Can we just do that? Easy snore times. Yeah, nap with me stream. Slumber party stream. Yeah, there we go. Every now and then you get a little. I don't snore, but it's okay. I'll find a way to make it happen. Or have the Zeds floating. That would also, yeah, get a little. Hi, Necro. Hello, cutie Necro. How is Necro doing? Well, then, according to rumors, I basically did a one-to-one replacement with a lot of futzing around, but the audio sounds so crisp. Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. I love that for you. How was Worksies? It was really good, but exhausting. We had to do a lot of extra stuff, so I had to go over. I was supposed to be done at 4. Actually no, I think I was supposed to be done at like 3:30, but like, and then we went till 5. So there was a bunch of extra stuff to be done. Although I did get to start an hour later. But yeah, then I would have had to be done by like 3:30, 4-ish. And then we ended up going until like 5. And so I only got home at like 5:15. But I also did not sleep that great. It's actually really funny. So I had to start an hour later, right? Normally I started either 9 or 10 a.m. depending on the day. Today was supposed to be a 10 a.m. day. I, however, forgot that it was Wednesday. And did not set my alarm last night. And so I wake up at 10:15 in a panic, like, fuck! I was supposed to be there like 15 minutes ago. I grab my phone to like message to be like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. And then as I look at my phone, there's a message from the from the boss going, hey, you mind if we start at 11 today? I'm like, yes! Just pretend I read that. Just pretend I saw that and that's why I'm not there already. It was so perfect. Of course, I did not tell. All I ended up saying was, yeah. Sounds good. Sorry, I forgot to message earlier, but yeah, sounds good. Never punished, bro. Never punished. What can I say? I am blessed by the universe itself. Genuinely, it's glorious. Do you know the game called Sucker for Love, Date to Die For? Yes, I know of both of the Sucker for Love games. No, wait. Yeah, there's 2 of them, aren't there? There's 2 Sucker for Loves, I'm pretty sure. Aren't there? Yeah, there are 2. Yeah, because first one is First Date. And then Date to Die For is the second one, right? Yeah. There's some funny games. So gloriously gay. Lucky bastard, what can I say? Like I said, blessed by the universe itself. Unfortunately, fortunately, depending on the mood. What? What do you mean? I said what I said. The second one, the humor of the game is peak asexual. Oh yeah. It's so good. I remember watching a friend play through them. Both of them. Absolutely glorious. Absolutely glorious. What a wonderful just experience of a game. They're so cute. And the humor is so good. Wonderful. I'm sorry if I yawn every now and then. Because like I said, I woke up in like a panic. And then I actually had enough time to get myself ready. Because it's literally like a 5-minute cycle for me to get there. So I had no rush whatsoever. But then it was just like 6 hours straight of physical manual labor. Which honestly, I'm okay with. Because at least I'm constantly being busy. Like, sure, this isn't the kind of stuff that I've, like, trained for or studied for or anything like that, but at least I'm being kept busy. That's, like, the main thing for me right now, is I just want to, like, not sit around all day doing nothing. That, and I don't want to sit around all day doing the exact same thing just on... Because I could not do an office job. Like, I know, like, some of my friends were, like, trying to help me get, like, an office job at, like, one of their places, and I was like, listen, I appreciate the gesture, but I will quite literally off myself before I do an office job. My brain is not wired for an office job. I am not programmed to sit in a cubicle all day typing into a computer just over and over again the same fucking shit day after day. I'm just not programmed for that. The cat needs to like be mentally stimulated or everything's just gonna end. Just felt something in one of Tao's hoodies to wash. There's a bunch of biscuits in there. Free snack. You got a free snack, Ruby. Tao put them in there for you to give you a snack. That's what it is. That's what it is. Trust. It's actually just a sign of love. Right? Although he should have put hobnobs in. That's the thing you like, right? Hobnobs? I feel like I've heard you say this often enough that I should know this more with more certainty than I am currently expressing. But are they limp? We ain't got no limp biscuits in here today. I'm sorry, Gitzo. Not today. They're still hard, despite the package open. They spilled out, but I have no idea how long they've been there for. I mean, if they're still solid, like if they haven't gone like soft, they're probably still fine. Fun fact, hobnobs aren't actually my favorite biscuits. I feel like you just told me Santa's and what? 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 How can this be? Oh, also, it's been a hot minute since we've done a bongo cat. La di da di da. Here you go, bongo catos. There's the code. La di da di da. I have the other thing that I have today, and it's really one of the things that annoyed me though. Is I got a oh wait. I have a splinter in my thumb, right? I got a splinter today. Stuck in my thumb, and I could not get it out. But now it looks like it's actually sticking. It's not quite sticking out. If I can just hold it like this, might stick out enough that I can pull it out later. It's like the tiniest fucking splinter. It's so tiny and I just can't get it out, and it's annoying me. Like, I'm so annoyed. I just want that one. It's a tiny fucking splinter. But I might be able to get it now. So I might run for a second and go do that. Hi, Star. How is Star doing today? Not eating pocket biscuits? Why not? It's free biscuits. I can't believe you hate biscuits like this, Ruby. But okay, don't tell Soaring. After you just like shattered my entire reality, damn. Now I'm not even allowed to share that with someone else. Jammy Dodgers are my fave. I don't think I've had a Jammy Dodger. I've heard about them, but I don't think I've ever had any of them. No. No, because I don't think I had one when I visited you in the UK, Star. And I don't think I saw them when I was living in Scotland. So no, I don't think I've had Jammy Dodgers. But I have heard about them before. Ew? What ew? Is the ew about my splinter or is the ew about the Jammy Dodgers? It's still not sticking out enough that I don't think I can grab it with the plier with the pincers. Annoying. Hi, Kaylin. Hi, lovely bean. How are you doing today? Are you getting lots of rest? You better be drinking lots of water and getting lots of rest, or I swear to God, I will come over there and grab you if I have to. There goes my plan. Today's hot because of bites. Aww. Star's just getting absolutely devoured by mosquitoes, the poor thing. Meanwhile, I think there was a mosquito in my room for a solid, 2 hours at least last night that I was aware of its presence, and I still did not get bitten. These European mosquitoes do not want my South African blood. It's kind of wild, honestly. Kind of crazy. So close to sticking out. Just please stick out so I can get you. I'm gonna bring you so many biscuits. Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. And I'll give you all the Dutch cookies and biscuits. Oh, ours, like, I know they call them, well, I mean, besides speculas, we don't have that many, special biscuits here, I don't think, at least. But we do have a lot of baked goods. Which I think, ties in yeah. So, it's okay, I'll get you sorted, don't worry. We got so many treats. So many treats. I slept all day and had enough water. Good on you, Bean. Good. Make sure to keep taking good care of yourself, okay? It's so close to the surface. It'll... If you have any creams like antiseptic or something and put it over and maybe a plaster, apparently it helps draw splinters out. Yeah, I already tried like a glass of hot water with salt in it. Because if you put like hot salt water, it makes your skin tighten and contract. Which then helps to push the splinter out a bit. And it didn't quite get it out, but it does seem to have moved it a bit closer to the edge now. So I might try again later. If I can't get it to go now. But it's really close now, so I might actually be... Deal, tao may eat them all, may have to... It's okay. So here's the plan, right? I'm gonna give you a box with all of them when Tao's present, but it's actually only gonna be half of them, right? And then when Tao's not looking, I'll sneak you the second box. The second shipment. And then that one can be yours. Yeah? And that way Tao can think he's stolen them all. But then you've actually got a whole... He's only actually eating his half. See? Strategy. Clearly, he hides them like a squirrel for later. Just puts them all in his cheeks. Yeah, Ruby gets a box of cookies, hands the box to Tao, turns away for a second, turns back, and Tao's cheeks are just puffed out 6 times the size. Where'd the cookies go? Oh. This is a new development. Normally they disappear. Fingers crossed. Warm water, let the skin soak for a bit, then it should go out a bit easier. Yeah, no, the problem is, I already did that. I did warm water specifically, so warm water already can help it, so the warm water helps to loosen it, and then the salt water helps to make your skin contract, which pushes it out. However, I got this splinter like at the start of the day, and then I spent an entire day doing like manual labor, which I think just kind of pushed it deeper and deeper. So it's gonna take a little while to like get it out further. I'll probably do another cup of water and then try it again. But yeah. Then you're doomed, I guess. Yeah. Honestly, it's fine. There's probably in like some of my other fingers have like pieces of gloss still in them. Probably from when I was working in the bar. I've got like all these like tiny little like scars on my hands. But like they're not really, it's actually really cool because I have these tiny little scars, but because your hands like the skin cells in your hands refresh so regularly that you can barely see the scars. The refreshment, the replacement rate of your skin cells on your hands is among the highest in your body, which is why scars around the hands, especially the palms, it's very rare to get like a scar there that lasts like like a really, really long time, right? Like I've had so many cuts in my hands and like deep ones as well sometimes. And you cannot see like any of them. The only like visible scar I have that's like been visible for a prolonged period of time is on like the back of my right middle finger. I still don't entirely know what this scar is from, which is the fun part. This is the middle finger that like almost got broken by a cricket ball. So I'm wondering if it's like from when it got swollen and that like it somehow left like scar tissue. But like that doesn't quite make sense. But it may be. But yeah, other than that, no freaking idea where the scar came from. It's just there. It's just, it exists. I'd be trying to dig that out so bad by now. After a while, you just, Yeah, if we can manage to get over next year, let me know if there's anything you'd like from here. Happy to try and get. Ooh. Oh, Ruby. Okay, Ruby. Oh, wait, I don't actually know if you guys, do you have it in, because I know there was a lot of it in the Tesco in Scotland. But if the Tesco's near you have Milo, I will quite literally, like, I will do anything if you could bring over a tin of Milo. Oh my god. Milo is my absolute, like, favorite thing of all time. It's so good. It's so good. I bought, like, when I was in Scotland, the Tesco had a couple of them, had a couple tins, for like a sale, and I bought 8. They had no. They had 6 tins left. That was it. They had 6 tins left, and I was gonna grab all 6, but then this like other this lady came over, and she got really excited when she saw them, and then she saw that I was really excited, and like I was grabbing them, and then I saw that she was excited, and I was like, "Shall we go half?" And so she took 3 and I took 3, and so I had 3 tins of Milo while I was in Scotland. Cause like it was so cute. Cause I saw it and I got really excited and I immediately ran up and started putting them in my cart. And then I saw her come around the corner and I saw her get excited. And then I saw her get like sad when she saw me grabbing them. And I was like, "Don't worry, you can take the rest." Cause I think she recognized that I was gonna grab all of them But I was like, I can't. I would feel so bad. So we went halvesies. It was wonderful. And then we talked about how we both loved Milo so much. It was magnificent. It was truly a bonding experience. Oh wait. I have a scar on my palm, and I think that's when I stabbed through my hand with a knife when doing something stupid. Oh my god. Ruby, please. One on my right hand was welding some stuff, didn't pay attention, 600 degrees Celsius hot steel in my hand, though I have a tattoo over it. See, it depends if it's back of the hand or front of the hand, right? Back of the hand, the cells don't refresh as fast. But front of the hand, your cells refresh so regularly. Like, I'm trying to remember. Wait, let me check. I think it's like the full like regeneration of the cells in your hand. Like the outer layer, right? The outer layer, it's something like 5 weeks from creation to shedding. So like compared to I think it was something like 5 weeks. I don't know. There was something about it. Anyhow. The most you thing I've ever heard of, I know. Milo? Yeah, it's a hot chocolate. It's called Milo. It's a green tin. I'll have a hunt. I will be forever in your debt, Ruby. Forever. Cutting avocados can do a lot of damage to people who don't know how to cut them. Oh no. Don't hold the avocado when you try and stab the knife into the Why were you trying to stab the knife into the pit? What? Why? You can just scoop it out. Ruby. What? What was the... Why? Hi, Pendris. Welcome in, Bean. Oh, the 40%. The gay blessings. Mm-hmm. It's over. Pride Month is over. We're back to being straight. Mm-hmm. Thank you for the hydrate flash. Chat, you know the rules. If I have to hydrate, so do you. So you better drink some water right now. Else. Yeah, though I think it doesn't matter when your skin's melted off because of the temperature. Actually, you'd be surprised. I melted skin on the bottom of my right leg, like just above my ankle, because it went against the exhaust pipe of a motorbike when I was 7 or 8. Melted a good few layers of skin. Cannot see anything anymore. Like, over time, all scars fade. But it depends, 1, how old you are, 2, where it is. Yeah, it's primarily 1, how old you are, and 2, where on the body it is. How, like, and of course, like, how deep the scar and, like, the cause of the scar obviously also have effects on it. But theoretically, if enough time passes, even your melted skin scar can fade. Especially, like, as a kid, it's really hard to get scars as a kid that, like, stay throughout the rest of your life. Unless you get, like, a really deep scar. Where Ruby and I split every kind of rust there is between us. Just found Milo on Amazon. Can't say I've seen it before, but we'll keep an eye out. But if not, we'll order. No, you don't have to order a bunch. Please don't order it. If you can't, like, if you can find it in the store, go ahead. But like, you don't need to order it, because like at that point, I'm pretty sure it'll be more expensive as well to like specialty order it. Because like I can order it online as well. It just costs more. It's July. It's a slur again. Shrink casualty caring. That's how I got it out. Why? Don't do that anymore. Oh my god. For Disability Month as a disabled person, I co-ableist. Oh no. Stabbed to death by myself. And it worked. My avocado I can cut with a butter knife and score on the pit and the halves. Yeah, that's what I do. Like, I take my knife, I just cut in like I have the avocado, like do a vertical cut along the long side of the avocado to the pit, and then I pick up the avocado, and then I just twist the avocado around the knife, get a full cut all the way around the pit, twist, click it off, and then just spoon out the pit on whichever half it stays in. And to be fair, it didn't go all the way through. Talzanan managed to stab all the way through her hand on either Christmas Eve or New Year's Eve before I met him. Oof, ow. Yeesh. Gotta be careful, man. Mine should be in Sainsbury's too. Are there bears in this conversation? There are now. Hi, Gusla. How is Gusla doing today? £12 for 2
Daniel,
tins.
you're
Gusla, thank you for the 30 stream streak. What the heck? Hi, Ping. Oh, whoa. I wish I could score some pit. I had a search on Sainsbury's. There is a Singapore version and a Ghana version. That's crazy. Go on my right side upper body. No idea where it came from, but I do have that one since I was a child. But yeah, most of mine are gone, even the one in my throat. Yeah, it's really like the human body honestly has an insane ability to regenerate. Like, I know we always talk about like, oh, these regeneration factors is like a superpower and stuff, but like, when you actually take into account how well the human body is able to repair itself through so many different like situations, especially when you're younger. Like, it's unfortunate that that ability to regenerate starts to like fall apart the older we get, because the more and more often you do something, the more likely it is to go wrong. And that's why we age. But like, besides that, it's actually kind of insane what the human body is capable of. Raise his arms. Huh? Who's stabbing and can I help? I'm gonna stab you. You're saying it's unbearable to be without you. You guys also nice to me. Thank you all. Hey, you get what you put out into the world. Everybody gets what they deserve. That's how it works. Especially in this house. And the splinter is so close, I want to just cut it out. Like, honestly, what I want to do is I want to, like, take a knife and just, like, cut open the skin around the splinter so I can just pull it out because it's annoying me. But I know I shouldn't do that because that would just make things worse. I mean, what you waiting for? You know how I feel about you. It's such a tiny splinter. Like, there's no point. Like, if anything I try to do like that would just probably end up pushing it deeper. Hi, Ping. How is Ping doing today? It's cheaper in Asda. I can get a tin now, and then when I do a food shop, than Amazon. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was gonna say. If it's in the stores, like, I would very much appreciate it. But please don't feel the need to like buy it online, because online it's so expensive. What you in for? And like, I love Milo, but not quite to the point that I'm gonna spend like $12 on a tin. You know? Or actually, no, it's way more than that. If I were to try and order it, I think if I try and order a tin here, it's like 20 or 30 euros, which is insane. I mean, look, you can make a lot of Milo out of a tin, but still. Good luck. And looks like it was successful to me. Stop praying for Grandpa. Wait. Stop praying for Grandpa. He's getting too strong. Oh no. Got a needle? No, yes. What? No, yes, got a needle. Suck on it like your name is Hoover. Nah. Nah, even my vacuum suck just doesn't work, man. I turned the space between my thumb and my mouth into a vacuum and it still wasn't able to pull it out. This splinter is like, it is tiny and it is lodged in there. Put a needle in your other foot so it's balanced. Foot. Why are we putting needles in feet? What? Hi, Corn. How is Corn doing today? Are you doing epic? So far, no signs of soap poisoning. I'm gonna poison you. I just kind of want to throw Ping. You know when there's like those people that you kind of just want to do violence. Ping's that person for me. I kind of just want to do violence, but like in an affectionate way, you know? Like I affectionately want to do violence to Ping. What? It's like under 5 pounds at the moment there, so that's way better. Oh, hell yeah. 10 ends up with about 20 tins of Milo by the time we visit. I will forever be in your debt, Ruby. I will quite literally help you kill someone. It's okay. I will do that. Don't you look at me like that. Sounds like a skill issue. Did someone say feet? Oh no. We're doing what's a feet? I don't know. I don't know how feet came into the topic here. Plies just suddenly started talking about feet. I don't know why. We were talking about the fact that I have a splinter in my thumb, and now Plies wants to put needles in feet. I don't know. Why not? Maybe it was my childhood drink when I visited. It's like a lot, especially for people in it's very popular in South Africa, Australia, and Southeast Asia. I believe are like 3 of the main places. Like, well, actually, there's a decent, not just South Africa, like a lot of Southern Africa. Cat thumb. Hey, wait a second. What I do? What the heck? You know what you did. You know. And even if you don't know what you did, you know what you are. You know, Plies strikes me as a toe slurper. Yeah. Yeah. No, that sounds about right. Seems on brand for Plies. I know for some reason I thought it was in your foot. Put the needle in your other thumb. Okay. Gotcha. Untouchables. Untouchable. Alright, don't out me here. Pride Month is over. Watch me be an evil bear. 11%! Oh, god damn. The bear is evil. The bear is evil. Oh no. Plaus is upset. The blessings have left you. Not as evil as a heterosexual man in the woods. Your whole entire freak is out on display already. Ping, you're saying that as if that's not always the case. Like that's just Plaus on like regular day to day. The freak is always on display. I'm sorry. I love you, Plaus, but you know it's true. Plaus, like, he only hides like half of the freak when he's at work. And then after that, as soon as he's out of work mode, he goes to 150% freak to compensate that he has to run at 50% freak work. Mm-hmm. Oh yes, but you don't have to say it out loud. Plaus just is a little freak, and I mean that in only the best way. Mm-hmm. We wouldn't want it any other way. Could you imagine, bro? Could you imagine how boring it would be if Plaus wasn't freaky? That would be depressing. That would be so sad. Plaus is who he is, and that's why we love him. Freaking all. Sen just out here reading people today. What can I say? It's my thing. When I'm tired, I don't know, I get sassier when I'm tired. That might just be... I get sassy and a little aggressive when I'm tired. Which is, I think, what's on display now. So I apologize. This is going to be like the energy for the entire stream. So good luck. Uploading my Foundry project today. Session 0 starts on Friday. Let's go! I can't wait to see. I hope you can... I can't wait to hear some stories. Let us know how it all goes, okay? I would have a career. Exactly! And good man. Okay, let's not get... Let's keep it a little realistic, please. Let's keep it a little realistic. Career and kids? Sure. Good mental health? Let's, you know, come on. Keep it in the realm of realism, all right? We ain't talking about our high fantasy selves. Good mental health is a myth. So boring. So Brad energy? Nah, there's always Brad energy. There's always Brad energy. But now I'm sassy and aggressive on top of that. Corn! Thank you for the hydrate and stretch. Alright, chat. If I have to hydrate and stretch, so do you. So you better drink some water and stretch your muscles right now. Or else. Or else. It's so nice that my water bottle can actually be on my desk for more than an hour and not be hot. Oh, it's wonderful. There we go. Okay. Alright, beans. Here's what we're gonna do today, alright? Actually, I don't know what we're gonna do today. Today, I have no plans for today. Today's gonna be an entirely just, we're gonna see where the wind takes us kind of day. If we end up yapping for the next 2 hours, then we end up yapping for the next 2 hours. If we end up playing a random game, we'll see when we get there. But I have absolutely no plans for today. So we're just gonna see where the stream takes us. And if it takes us somewhere fun, then even better. What is it? Okay. Time to slurp your arcos and stretch your bodies. Exactly. I love the little chain of Ruby stretches. Ruby, you have such a nice your stretch emote is so cute. I love it so much. Alright. Today we will form a circle dressed in our jammies and oh yes. Yes. That's it. That's it. I see what I agree. I think this is what we're going for. Actually love this idea. Simply just existing is great. Exactly. You still need to animate it. How would you animate it? How are you planning to animate the stretch? Like, are you gonna go from like it facing forward and then actually like raising up the arms and stretching, or what's the plan here? The beaver. Not FF times yet. Not yet. I get paid soon. TM. Soon. And then I have there's two plans now where I'm gonna go from here, right? So I do want to go into FF times. But the other thing that I want to do is PC upgrade. PC upgrade's the other thing I'm looking to start saving up for now. We're gonna get the emotes. I need to actually carry on, and I need to actually like lock in and put together a list for Star. For some emotes. Star did already start on like concepting one. Which funny enough was supposed to be the Pride emote. So we're gonna get the Pride emote after Pride's over. It's fine, don't worry about it. We're undercover gays anyway. Maybe we can still get it in time for Amsterdam Pride though. Sorry. Which is in August, so it'll be perfect. We'll be fine. Unfortunately, my original idea for the emote doesn't work. So I'm still trying to figure out how I want it to be now instead. Because basically the initial idea, I can talk about it now because like it's not unfortunately gonna be able to happen. But the original idea was I wanted to have an animated emote of waving a pride flag back and forth. And then the idea that I had in my head was each time it would go in one direction, it would be a different pride flag. So like it would first be like the general pride flag, and then like the trans flag, and then like the ace flag, and then like, I wanted it to like do a bunch of like the different pride flags back to back. In particular, I wanted it to like focus on the ones that people like ignore a lot. Unfortunately, because Twitch has a frame limit for animated emotes, which is I believe the frame limit is 60 frames. So we had to like cut it down in terms of how many frames. And so if I still want to do the changing flags thing, I would only be able to put 4 flags on there. And I don't know if I want to do it that way. Because that feels kind of like, at that point I feel like there's so few flags to choose. Like there's so many flags to choose from, and only choosing 4, it feels like no matter which 4 I choose. And like obviously one of them has to be the general pride flag. And then I personally would want the bi flag to be in there as well, since I'm bi. But then I also want the trans flag to be on there, and I want the like ace flag to be on there, because a lot of people tend to ignore those two groups. But then, or at least try to. So I want those 100% to be on there. But then you're already at 4, but then there's still more that I'd want to have on there. So like either it'd have to do 2 emotes, but then it feels weird, like how are you going to pair them up? So like, it's annoying. So I'm figuring out what I want to do instead. Yeah. Gonna talk like that. You know how to react. You're perfect. In my... Wait, I missed something. Story's getting good, by the way. So close to end of patch. Oh, I'm so excited. As long as I don't have to sleep in, then I'm in. No deaths, not just for slumber party times. Yeah. The other option that I was thinking of, Star, was we could split it in half and make 2 emotes, right? We could do 2 animated emotes and then just have them in 2 groups of 4, and then potentially even more if we go, depending how many flags I want to add. But yeah, on 2 flags, but probably too small. Yeah, I think 2 flags would be too small. That wouldn't be readable. And I want it to be readable. That's Twitch for you. I would not be surprised if more than 60 frames picks their spaghetti code. It's honestly probably just a size thing, right? Like, they have to set a limit somewhere. Yeah. I'll respond after the ad break. Thank you guys for sitting through them. You can't hear me saying that right now, unless you're subbed, in which case you're not sitting through the ads. But anyway. But yeah. Like, I think what it was is, like, Twitch just they need to have a limit somewhere, right? Because they can't just have an unlimited option for how many, like, how big the file size or how many frames. At the same time, I feel like since they already are limiting your file size for an emote, I don't quite understand why they also need to limit the frames. But, you know, that's, I guess that's, yeah. I'm sure they probably have a reason for it. What the reason is, no idea. Because, like, the file size has to be 1 megabyte at most. But then, if you're already doing a file size of 1 megabyte, why does it have to be limited to 60 frames? Why can't you have... Because you can have more than 60 frames within a 1 megabyte file. I wonder if they explain it anywhere. In your area. Gitso is continuing the gifts up they got from Ruby. Thank you, Bean. I appreciate that. What the heck? Thank you, lovely. That's super kind of you. What the hell? What the heck? That's super sweet. I appreciate you. Other way is an alert animation for the full thing. See, that could work. Like, so what we could do, in theory, Star, is could do an alert animation that has all of them, and then split it into like 2 separate ones for emotes. That could work. Would need to then like figure out, because I think what did we say last time, that it could be 4 flags would fit, right? I like that. So if we got 4 that fits, then yeah, we could do 2 in total, which would be 8. What are the limitations for alerts? Because I've been wanting to set up Twitch alerts as well instead of using the alerts that I've currently got. I want to use the ones that are built into Twitch just so that I can centralize more of like my settings and stuff, so I don't have to open like 6 million different websites for everything. So potentially, because then if we split it into more than one emote, it could also incorporate more potentially, right? Because like, what like, because like the pride flags which pride flags would I want it? Like obviously we need like the main inclusivity pride flag. Then we'd want to have bi, and I would want to have bi. Definitely want to have ace on there. Definitely want to have trans, non-binary. Because then we could also add just like lesbian and gay, and what else did I say? Like gender fluid or something as well. Because then we could fit in like more. I'd have to look and see how many we can fit in then. You know, Star, how many? Like, is there a frame limit to the alerts? Let me check. Actually. Which alerts? Creator dashboard. 1 second. I can't see chat. I'm looking at if there's limitations for the alerts. Alert box. Okay. Nice. Doesn't look like there's any limit. Yeah. Then in theory, could just like pop on bunch, and then just have like 2, like, and then split it up into however many emotes it would need to be to fit all the flags. Yeah, I like that idea. Pat, would you want multiple animated pride flag emotes? Or multiple animated pride emotes with different flags? Would that sound like something you would want to be able to use? Because like the whole thing that I wanted with it is I wanted it to be as like inclusive as possible and represent as many as possible. So like only having like 1 or 2 flags just doesn't feel right to me. Hi Biotic. Welcome in, welcome in. Just to recruiting somebody else in Bitcraft. Oh. Lesbian. In French. Don't think so for alerts. Perfect. What the fuck is open? Biotic, please. I'm pretty sure you were here while I was like streaming opening those and talking about how insanely good they are. Silly bean. But yeah, they're the event version of the shipments, and they're like 100 times better than the normal shipments because you open them and then you can loot from them for 20 seconds, and you get doubloons, you get lost shipments, and you get experience, and you get a fuck ton of all 3. They're honestly actually like crazy. They're crazy good. I've been doing like some sailing. I haven't done every day, but I want to do like almost daily sailing and like regular batches of going out and collecting them. I'll probably do some more tonight as well. That could be fun. Do a batch tonight of sailing. Can get more. Pat, yeah. Pat the blind biotic. Also, Red, I don't think I said thank you for the 20 stream streak, but thank you for the 20 stream streak, Bean. Appreciate you. Lesbian in French is the goods. Oh, yeah. It's because the lesbians have the goods. Why do you think they called themselves that? Oh. Damn, Red. 121? Nice. Biotic with the 18. Oof. Oof. Look at this heterosexual warlock over here. God damn. Let's all point and laugh at him now, chat. Pride Month ended and Biotic went immediately straight. That's crazy. Kinda wild. Biotic, wait, come back. It's true. I can't believe it. So, it's crazy. How could you do? How could you do? Go, baby. Can't be gay anymore. Yep. Something, don't say gay. Or don't be gay. Or don't gay. I don't know. Go, go, baby. Go, bling, bling, bling. How many? Okay. I'm actually curious. How many emote slots did I? Oh, we got 9 animated emote slots. So yeah, having like 2 or 3 animated pride flaggy, I think should. Yeah. Okay. Legally, after Pride Month is over, you can no longer be gay. How it works? Exactly. We're all straight again. I don't know why people are like so surprised by this. Like, don't you like hear it in my voice? How like unbelievably masculine I am right now. Oh, ew. They start doing. Or is this still? I just saw a notification about Civ getting a new update with its brush and blades. Do I have to? Do you still have to buy it separately? Ew. What? Nah, that's a joke. That's a joke. You're kidding me. Bro. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna name and shame here. Civ 7. Alright? Listen. Firaxis. Let's sit down for a second, brothers. Brothers and sisters. And I'm someone. Okay. I dropped, right? 100 euros for the collector's edition for Civ 7. I have been a Civ fan since like Civ 4. I was a huge fan, and then when Civ 7 came out, and in the nicest terms possible, it was a fucking shit show. Like, I'm sorry, that was not a completed game that they released. They released an early access that still was kind of shit. Just that it is what it is. Call it what it is. It was a bad early access. The UI was clunky. The gameplay was not well thought out. The content was underbaked. The game was just not ready. And despite that, I was really, really I really tried to look at all the positives of it. Like, I tried to focus on, like, the ideas that they had with the Civ changing and, like, the general idea of, like, the UI and the design and how the game looks. I tried to look at all the positives, and I tried to focus on the positives of that game as much as possible. But now, they've added the newest... and then they also followed it up with, like, the DLC patches that came out. This one being, like, free. First of all, this was free. They gave this free to everyone. If you got when it first came out as like because it was so expensive. And now they've just put it up at 30 fucking euros. And now the second DLC is out at 30 fucking euros. 30 euros. And you know what you get for 30 euros? You get, like, 3 wonders and, like, 2 leaders or something. And, like, 2 civs. Yeah, you get Toyotomi Hideyoshi as a leader. You get Heian Japan and Sengoku Japan. And then you get Yisun Sin, and then Goryeo Korea and Joseon Korea. So you get 2 variations of Korea, 2 variations of Japan, and 2 leaders. And then like 3 wonders or something. 4 wonders. That is not 30 fucking euros, bro. I'm sorry, I'm crashing out. Like, this actually pisses me the fuck off. I don't... This is 30 fucking euros. And let's look at the quantity of content that's in the base game. All right, the base game. Shut up. The base game was already 60, 70 euros, depending on like when you bought it. Okay. The base game already had. Wait, how many fucking leaders did the base game have? Don't even fucking say that number. The base game had 21 leaders. With 5 personas, like alternate versions of the leaders. 21 leaders for 60 to 70 euros. Now you're gonna get 2 leaders for half the price of the fucking game. Are you actually... I'm sorry, Firaxis and 2K, are you actually like... Did somebody dent you in the head with the physical copy of your game? That you somehow think that this is worth half the price of the game itself? Even The Sims would... As much shit as I love to give to Paradox for their DLCs, even Paradox would not pull off this level of bullshit. This is fucking crazy. Like, what even is the logic here? You're getting maybe a fifth. There are 21 plus then the 4 alternates, but let's just keep it to the 21 unique leaders in the base game. You're getting a 10th of the leaders, and then there are, I think, 30 civilizations in the base. So you're getting a tenth of the content. You're getting 1/10 of the content that's in the game in this DLC. And it doesn't add like it adds wonders. It adds 4 wonders that you can build. It doesn't even add like some new environments or new resources or new anything else. So arguably, you're getting less than 1/10 of the content that's in the base game. And they expect you to pay half the price of the fucking game. What's the full bundle price? 30 fucking euros. This is the bundle. For 4 civs, 2 leaders, and 4 wonders. I don't... You're actually fucking crazy, bro. That's... I want so hard. Like, my bias, I have such a heavy bias to want to protect Civ and like the game because I fucking love these games. Even Civ 7, I still liked the base game, despite the fact that they definitely cheated us out of money. Guzzler, will you please stop saying that? Even Civ 7, like, absolutely, the absolute shit show that they released was... I still would try to defend it as much as I can. But this is indefensible. This is indefensible. I don't know who at Firaxis and 2K made this decision, but they should get fired. I'm sorry. Whoever made this decision should just lose it. Like, they don't know what they're doing. It's... Oh, man. Honestly, I feel bad for the 79 people that bought and reviewed this. If honestly, whoever else bought this outside of those 79 people, I feel bad for anyone that bought this. I feel so bad for anyone that bought this. It's actually crazy. Yeah, here you go. Oh, all the people that are complaining as well. Yeah, that's also true. You get the Founders Edition, right? So I got the Founders Edition as well, right? Because, you know, you want to get... If you really like a game, you want to support the devs. Like I do. And so I bought the Founders Edition back when I still had money. And you know what you got with the Founders Edition? You got one of the DLCs. You got this. You got this DLC here, worth $30 by bounding. Oh, sorry, you got these two, I think. You got Crossroads of the World, and you got Right to Rule. First of all, both of these are also put up for $30 each. Fucking insane. But I'm pretty sure they only put them at these prices to make it feel like the people who bought the Founders Edition weren't getting cheated out of all of their money. But then also, Like, and then they gave Tides of Power for free for like for the first like month that it was out. You had a month to get Tides of Power for free. And then they also put it up for $30. All of these should be like less than half the price. They should be maybe a third of their price at most. Honestly, even less, I think. But like this is insane behavior. I'm sorry. This is how you burn goodwill. This is how you lose your entire fan base in one go. Oh god. I'm so mad. I'm so angry, Bert. I actually like if I had a physical copy right now, I would throw it out the window. That's how freaking pissed off I am. This is insane behavior. Ugh. Fuck Firaxis, man. Fuck Firaxis and Duke. Actually. They can go sit on it. Oh. How can they waste Gwendolyn? I know! Ugh. Think about the shareholders. What about the poor shareholder? $40. Need Kunk on screen. Read too fast, dyslexia is a curse. No bears in the game? Honestly, I hope there are no bears in the game. Because it would be an insult to bears. This is an insult. It's fucking... Oh, man. I hope there are no bears in the game because it would be an insult to bears. This is diafucking-bolical. I thought it was bad enough when they did it, when they were like doing the DLCs for Civ 6. Like Civ 6, I honestly thought Civ 6 was as bad as it was. I'm honestly like a sweet summer child to me. Because I thought Civ 6 was bad enough. I thought, it's kind of fucked, but there it is. The fact that they can make the Civ 6 fucking wall of DLCs look reasonable in comparison to this is fucking insane. They make Paradox look reasonable with their DLC walls, which is a feat in and of itself. I bet all those DLCs contribute to in-game. No, I don't think they even do. At least the DLCs that were released so far didn't have any achievements tied to them, which also actually is another thing that pisses me off about Civ 7. You want to see what the Civ 7 achievements are? Here, wait. Let's take a look at the Civ 7 achievements. There are 37 achievements in this game. Yeah? You want to see what they all are? Win as Ben Franklin. Win as Confucius. It's literally just fucking win the game as each of the leaders. That's basically... There's nothing fun or interesting here. These are the most boring, bog standard shit show achievements that you've ever fucking seen in your life. It's literally just win the game as each leader, and then there's a couple achievements for like the between ages mechanics, which aren't really that interesting either. There's nothing fun. There's nothing interesting here. Like, I wanted to go for all the achievements, right? I wanted to go for the achievements in this game, And then I saw how fucking boring they all were. And I can't, man. I can't. Like, if we take a comparison, let's take a comparison to another game that has gotten some heat based on how it's released, right? And the level of content that's in there. Europa Universalis 5 has also not had the most glorious existence. But at least in this game, where are the achievements? At least in this game, they actually have fun achievements. They have achievements that direct you to play the game in a specific way. And things that will actually, like, take some effort to try and get, like, be part of 6 international organizations. Or, like, here, have a total 200 total building levels in one location. Get a max development, have levies, an army, and mercenaries at the same time. Win a crusade or a jihad. Like, there's a bunch of, like, interesting things that actually would require you to play in a specific way to get those achievements, and it gives you a reason to replay. The Civ 5 achievements are literally just play the game. Now play the game again. Now play the game again. There's no actual, like, hey, you know, think about, like, what you need to do. Try and, like, you know, figure out what you want. How you're going to, like, you know, think about how you're going to achieve these achievements. Like, how you're going to put together this. Like, what strategy are you going to do to make it? There's nothing that's, like, difficult or challenging. And it's just fucking dog shit, bro. I'm so upset. I'm so freaking mad. And I cannot. Fuck you. Actually, fuck you for it. Oh. I'm so mad. I like this kind of ASMR. Thanks, Sen. I'm glad Rage. I'm glad Sen Rage is enjoyable to your ears. Is this the game you can't even play a leader to the full way through? It's the one where they had you change civilizations each time. You play the same leader throughout the whole game, but then you changed civilizations through each age. And I'll be entirely honest with you, I know a lot of people don't like that mechanic. Personally, I did not hate that mechanic. The problem I had with the mechanic was the lack of content. Because the game released with 30 civs. However, because each civ was tied to a different age, you only had 10 civs in each age. So, every single game you played, there was like an 80% chance you would see the same civs every single time, because they were the same civs every age. If they had 30 civs in each age, I don't think people would have been complaining about the civ swap mechanic. Look at Humankind, right? Humankind did that, where you changed civs every single age, and people loved that mechanic. You know why they loved that mechanic? Because there was actually a reasonable fucking number of civs in each age. So you didn't spend every single game doing the exact same fucking shit over and over again. Which is what you do in Civ 7. Ugh. They did do away with the forced civ change mechanic. Yeah, the tested time update is cool and all. But it's not, like, I know people are like, yay, the tested time update fixed, like, all the problems. Like, it didn't. The only thing the tested time update did, like, the reason the tested time update feels so good is because you now have more than 10 fucking civs in each age. That's the reason it feels good, because you actually see some godforsaken diversity in your games, instead of the same bloody shit over and over again. Especially, and the reason why it was so grating in Civ 7, with those tiny list of civs was that the games were also so much quicker. Whereas in Civ 6, it could take you on like normal speed, it could take you like a week to play through a game. Right? It took a good number of hours to play all the way to the end of one like run in Civ 6 and 5 and 4 and whatever. But Civ 7, you can literally play through a game in a day, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but...
No disturbing Catboi, Hyangi.
Yes. Like, it's not necessarily a bad thing that the game is shorter, alright? That's not inherently bad. But it is when there's no freaking diversity, because then you've got shorter games and all the games feel the same. I have 156 hours in this game. I have 156 hours in Civ 7 because I do love the game, but I fucking hate how Firaxis is just shitting in our fucking food bowl and telling us it's chocolate. Like, fuck off. Actually, fuck off. Ugh. Okay. Got that out of my system. What budget do they have for the game? 2 10-hour workdays? I know, right? Scream Sedimar. This is how his Ghibli piece was made, to the sound of swearing and anger. True. Biotic and Corn, thank you for the hydrate and stretch. Alright, chat. If I have to hydrate and stretch, so do you. So drink some muscles and... What? Drink some muscles. Drink some water and stretch your muscles right now. Okay?
Do we have some catnip? Anyone?
God, it feels good to crash out. You know what? It feels good to crash out. It's actually really nice crashing out sometimes. I kind of get why people like it. Hi, Dangeril. Hi, lovely. How are you doing today? How are you been? I hope you're having a good day. Sorry for the crashing out. Not the chocolate. That was a beautiful crash out. I appreciate it. Thank you. Still feel the apple mince pie crash out is my top still. Oh, for sure. No, that I don't think anything can ever beat that. Did I ever? Did that ever get clipped? I don't think it ever got clipped, so it's disappeared into the ether. We can't look back on the apple mince crash out.
Remember to drink your muscles and stretch your water, everyone.
Exactly. Thank you, Corn. Drink your muscles, stretch your water. Doing well, sound like you needed to get that out. Yeah. I'm sorry, I got so pissed off because of Civ 7. The thing that is annoying me, right, is it feels like almost every single major developer, every single major like game developer at this point, like in like the AA, AAA space, has just given up on trying to like take care of their community. They've completely like given up. They all hate their players. They all just are constantly they're all pricing us out of the wazoo. They're all like overcharging and under-delivering. And they all just don't give a shit about their player base. And it's so upsetting to see so many beloved...
We can thank Bethesda Horse Armor for this all.
Yeah. Right? Oh. At least the fucking horse armor was like $2. This is $2 worth of content being priced at 30. Actually, sorry. You wanna one more thing that's gonna make me crash out real quick. One more one more thing that I'd like to just point out at how ridiculous this pricing is, yeah? So you see this, right? You see this, yeah? We're paying $30 and we're getting a model of one person. We're getting civs with some, I guess, unique looking like building models and a few lines of code for their unique abilities. And then in like a couple months, in like 2 months time, you're getting another model and a few more like building models and some abilities and like 4 pretty buildings with some like new lines from Gwendolyn Christie. You know what you can get for like almost the same price? You know what you can get for like $9 more? Expedition 30 fucking 3. That DLC is almost the same goddamn price as Expedition 33. Are you fucking insane? like what actually? Is wrong with you? Ugh. Ugh. I think this is the last time I ever buy a Firaxis game. Ever again. Firaxis has lost me. I don't think I could ever argue and like convince myself to buy from them again. After this fucking slap in the face. Ugh. I clipped it. Oh, you did clip the Min's crash out. Nice. Clip name Send destroys Firaxis. Stream highlight. Fucking Catboi crashing out over video game pricing. Actually adding to the list. Even true, they made Ubisoft and fucking Bethesda look reasonable. In fact, Firaxis made Ubisoft, Paradox, and Firaxis look like sorry, they made Paradox, they made Ubisoft, they made Bethesda. Fuck, they even made EA look reasonable. Absolutely. Even EA gives more content at that price. God, man. Thanks to Bethesda, they also tried to charge money for mods they didn't even do. Yeah, that one was also wild. Have you considered the poor shareholders? They need a 5th yacht. Fuck shareholders, man. Can we go back? To the time when games were developed by people that actually played games? Sorry. No. That's wrong. That's a lie. The developers aren't the problem here, right? I need to correct myself. Can we go back to the time that the companies behind games were basically just the developers? No fucking CEOs, COOs, shareholders, marketing, all of that fucking shit. All these people that have nothing to do with the product that's being made, but everything to do with the reason that it costs so goddamn much. Can we go back to the days when they did not exist? When fucking corporate didn't see the gold mine that was game development? Ugh. So upset. Also, can we talk about how hot Charlie Cox is for being in his 40s? He can dare my devil anyway. I'd homage his Gustav. Huh? They still try that with every new game. At least you get a decent Sims 4 pack or expansion for it. Exactly. Like at least like a Sims 4 expansion has a decent amount of content in it, right? Like yes, EA definitely got stingier on the content for the price after like Sims 3. Like Sims 4, there was definitely less content in each expansion. And like some of the stuff packs are fucking whatever. But like at least there you're still getting way more content for the same price than whatever this fucking shit show is. Oh, so angry. And I was a Firaxis. I've been a Firaxis fanboy for like 15 years. 15 years. All just down the drain. Because the shareholder needs their fucking yacht. Like, ugh. Honestly, I feel like I should. I'm tempted to change my review of the base game to negative now because of this. I gave it a positive review. I think I'm honestly tempted to change it to negative. I'm crashing out with the hose and tap right now. It's trying so hard to flood my kitchen. Oh no, Ruby! Ruby. Can you like wrap a towel around it or something? So it doesn't spray all over the place? Maybe? Potential? Do it! Do it! Fucking burn the bridges. Burn them all down. Ugh. There we go. There we go. OBS shat itself for a moment. Even OBS needed a break from that. I'm not even upset with OBS. Change category, leave bad reviews for bad companies. Trying to poke through all the tape I've wrapped around the adapter. I just keep running in every few minutes to check. Oh. You're lucky Plus is your mod because I'd actually change that category. You can't. I don't have a setting to like, the only person that can change the category is me because I don't have a mod control. Like, I don't have a command to change category. I should make one at some point for if I do forget, but... Soda. Stream crashed out too. Yup. Even OBS got pissed off by that one, man. Even OBS got pissed off. But yeah, honestly, all we have left is indie gaming. Like, God bless the indie devs. Because they're all we have left. They're all we have left for the realm of gaming. The indie devs and like some of the double A's. That's all. Cause all the legacy game companies, they don't care about us anymore. Ugh. Like, I think the only big game, the only, like, big company whose game I still even dare to look forward to is Divinity 3 from Larian. Because Larian, I think, is... honestly, Larian might be one of the only, like, non-indie devs that have not burned bridges with all of their players. And have only been, like, delivering wins. That might be the only one I'm still looking for. Because everything else is just a shit show. I really hope the gaming market crashes, man. I hope all of these companies, with their overpriced games and their 5 million DLCs and microtransactions, I hope they all go bankrupt. I'm sorry. I know that means a lot of people are gonna lose their jobs. But, like, just let it all burn. Burn it all
Let it
down.
burn, baby.
Exactly. Burn down the entire games industry. And let the indies take over. And, like, maybe have a few of, like, the legacy devs carry over. Like, Larian can carry over. Some of the other, like, smaller... like, smaller devs, like, AA devs that haven't absolutely just fucked their customers over. Like, they can carry over as artifacts of the past, but everyone else, every other company just needs to burn. Then just crash out the stream. Back. Thought that was because I wasn't near Wi-Fi. No, that was... yeah. I have to keep saving moths. They keep sitting in the grass. I'm watering. Oh no. Screw lamps. What? Sadly, also dev team. I wait and see how much they use AI. Nah. I have trust in Larian. Larian has been... They've given no reason to distrust them. Right? I know... So, here's the thing that I have also with the whole AI debate. Right? Actually, the AI debate's another thing that pisses me off. So, I'm not a fan of AI. I don't think that needs to be explained. However, I think a lot of people are overzealous in their anti-AI sentiment to the point that they start accusing or like attributing AI use to people who have not done it. Right? And the problem with that sentiment is that you weaken the anti-AI stance as a whole. Right? When you go around accusing people that haven't made AI art of making AI art, you're blurring the line between real art and AI art. When you're basically assuming that developers who have no history of using AI are potentially going to be using AI, you're normalizing the use of AI. So, like, it is always good to call it out when it's actually done. But it's also important to know what you're talking about, right? Like, AI has been used in game development forever, in different versions. AI has always been there, right? Like, even before the generative AI that we know today, a lot of game landscapes were made using an AI that they would then refine the landscape after it was made, for example, because you just can't sit there, like the amount of hours it would take to painstakingly make it all by hand. Even when they say things are made by hand, there is a use of AI there. But I think people over exaggerate the use of it. Because again, AI isn't necessarily a bad thing. Using generative AI to replace artists, yes, that's a bad thing. Using AI to replace people is a bad thing. Using AI as a tool to help augment somebody's work process is not a bad thing. It's the way that it's used that you need to scrutinize, not the existence of the thing as a whole. And the more people try to paint it in black and white, the weaker the stance gets as a whole. Because what you end up doing is the people who are trying to use it in a reasonable way, as soon as you immediately place them as the bad guy, they lose any reason to continue using it in a respectable way, right? I mean, the CEO of Larian said they're gonna explore stuff with AI. Yeah. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. AI in itself isn't the problem. Gen AI, that is the problem. At least for me, it is. Again, like, it depends very much. Generative AI definitely has a lot of negatives to it, for sure. But there are worlds and situations in which it can be used without being bad. For example, placeholder asset, right? You had that situation with Expedition 33 where there was one placeholder asset that was AI generated that I think was still in the game files. And people were losing their shit over it. Even though it was never meant to be in the finished product, it never replaced an artist, right? There was no actual negative side to that thing being there. It was just a placeholder asset. And it being used as placeholder assets is totally fine. The CEO of Larian saying they're going to explore stuff with AI, that is such an empty statement. The problem that you then have is, and I've seen people that are already like, oh, evil, how dare you, blah, 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 blah. You don't know what they mean with that. Exactly, it's a nothing burger of a statement. Because they could be using the AI they could be using generative AI for placeholder assets that aren't going to be there in the finished product, just so that they, can place something there that's not just a square, right? Or a random, box. They can just put it down there for a second to look at it. Or they could be using AI, that, it could go anywhere from that to, literally talking about how people use AI to help optimize code and optimize large quantities of data. Or they could be going as far as using generative AI to create finished product assets, right? It could go anywhere in that scope. But you don't know where within that scope they're actually landing with a statement like we're exploring the use of AI. And that is And the problem that you have then is that when there's a broad statement like that, there's a broad range that could be anywhere from something negative to something positive, and you're immediately going to associate the negative to them. You're losing the argument by doing that. Because at that point, if they're all going to get blamed for using AI in a bad way when they weren't, why should they stop using, why should they not use it in a bad way? They're already getting the bad treatment for it. They might as well start using it then. Right? Literally, anime AI is a form of AI. Subnautica 2 is using AI to make the collector Leviathan clever, but that's a different type of AI. Yeah. But there's multiple different types of AI. Right? Even generative AI has different types. Like, there's so much differences in AI. And if their statement was literally they're looking into using AI, that could mean so many different things. It is, but the problem with the conversation right now is AI in general is being treated like a buzzword, including different forms and contexts. Exactly. No, that is true. Biotic is correct in that one. As if every instance of AI is the same as people using AI to fake Studio Ghibli art. Exactly. No, Biotic's 100% correct there. AI has become such a buzzword that any use, like anything that has the term AI in it, people are immediately like shooting down as if it's generative AI. Again, like how people use AIs to generate their landscapes in a game, which is a technique that exists long before generative AI was a thing. And yet there were people that were complaining about that technique because it had the term AI in it. As literally a placeholder in Ether. Yeah, exactly. Like we said earlier. It's also on the higher up corporate bigwigs that are making it so much worse as well. If they actually gave two fucks about how it's affecting people's lives and the planet, they could explore other ways of doing it. That would help a little as well. Oh, yeah. Look. The fact that, like, a lot of the corporate bigwigs don't care about your average human being, I don't think no one's going to argue that that's not the case. I don't think anyone with a functioning brain would be surprised by that fact. But again, attributing malice where there is none is extremely, extremely bad for your argument because you're just weakening your post and your stance. I'm talking specifically about Gen AI for art or assets or voice lines. It's mostly built on stolen art. It uses way too much electricity and water. Yeah. However, counterpoint. Unfortunately, regardless of whether or not it gets used, it is already there. A second stance, the water usage of AI data centers, while it is not nothing, it is, I believe, like 10 times less than what people use on like golf courts. To keep golf courts green uses like 10 times more water than all of the AI data centers currently in existence. It's still bad, don't get me wrong. But you also gotta relativize some stuff. Again, you need to know the data points that you're talking about when you're making an argument. Because if you don't, you're just weakening your stance. Voice lines isn't the worst thing as long as it isn't used in a place where an actual voice actor can feasibly be used for time and financial purposes and doesn't use real actor voices without their consent. Exactly. Saw something the other day where they don't have to use water to cool these data centers. There are other ways, but it's not as cheap. Like, come on. What uses more water? Sorry, my alarm interrupted the stream. Golf courses. Large data centers can consume up to 5 million gallons per day, equivalent to the water use of town populated by 10 to 50,000 people. However, yeah. But, and there's your really nice data point. That doesn't take into account how much of that water actually goes back into the system afterwards. So, when you're using water for cooling, the problem in this argument, right, when it comes, and I'm saying this again, I don't like data centers, right? I think data centers should be torn down. Like, fuck them. But, let's relativize this data point. First of all, it's 5 million gallons of water are going into the data center. However, data centers for the most part do not use evaporative cooling, meaning the large majority of the water that goes into that data center goes back out of it, meaning it goes back into the circulatory system. I believe it's something like only 10% of that water is actually evaporated, which means it's not draining the 5 gallons of water per day from the water system. It's actually maybe draining 10% of that. Again, still not nothing. However, golf courts use more than that much water. If we take all the data, I think it was like, if you take all the data centers currently in the US, combine their water consumption, and then that's using that number, not even the amount that's actually evaporated, just the amount of water going in. So completely ignoring the part where most of that water goes back into the system. 10 times that much water, or maybe let's even bring it down. Let's say 5 times that much water is still being used to water golf courts or golf courses, whatever they're called. Though all the water being used to water a golf course is evaporated. All that water is lost. None of that water returns back to the system. So, if your argument against data centers is they consume too much water, you should go after the golf courses, because they're consuming way more. Again, I'm not saying data centers are good. They bring a lot of negativity and they bring a lot of problems to their they're bringing a lot of problems to the communities that they're around in terms of noise pollution, in terms of heat generation, in terms of electricity consumption and price increase. Those are all valid arguments. And you should use those valid arguments because those are much bigger concerns than the actual water consumption. And the problem is, by focusing on one of the ones that's actually not that much of a problem, again, you weaken the stance as a whole. Because the AI companies can do what I just did and point at the golf courts and say, yeah, but they consume way more water than we do. How come you're not mad at them? Hey, more the AI water consumption compared to every other form of water consumption in our modern day economy, whether it comes to the power plants, fossil fuels, whatever you want, it is not even a drop in the bucket compared to everything else that we have that consumes water. And it's really, really weird that everyone focuses on that problem and not on the noise pollution that's actually proven to have negative consequences for people's mental states. the heat generation, because they're built wide and low, so they end up trapping a lot of heat that tends to increase. Like, I think there was a research paper that showed that, like, data centers increase the nighttime temperatures in their local environment by like 5 to 10 degrees, which is a lot. I was alone. We're getting one built in our city outskirts and dread hit bad. Yeah. What's causing all the poor water quality and environmental conditions to those who are close by? I don't know. I haven't looked into it. Okay, so I know there's also, I actually watched a thing breaking this down. So I'm feeling bad about hosing my garden every day right now. I'm as bad as a golf. No, you're not. Hosing your garden is fine. Golf courses get an insane amount of water added to them because they need to keep the grass slick. So where you're watering your plants to keep them hydrated, they are constantly hydrating them to keep them wet. So like you're using an amount of water needed to actually keep the plants alive. They're using an amount of water to keep the plants wet constantly so that they have less like grip. And so that they're so unnaturally green too. But yeah, when it comes to the environmental conditions, so one of the things that people were talking about was like, I remember there was that clip of AOC in like the American Congress, with like these jars of water, talking about how there was like this dirty well water. But first of all, that was well water. Water in wells is not the same as the actual drinking water in circulation within like a city or a town or whatever. Secondly, when you are doing construction, the vibrations in the earth will knock up the silt underneath the water. So water that's in a well is sitting underground. There in the ground, there's dirt underneath it. The vibrations knock that silt up into the water and make it look muddy. If you look at the video that she has, you can literally see the silt in that water. If you then, once the construction is over, and you leave that be for a certain amount of time, all that silt sinks back down to the bottom, and the water returns to what it was before. To be fair, pretty sure it was affecting tap water. All the examples they had in that thing were well water, not tap water. Every example that they had there was talking about well water and not the water in actual circulation. They were wells that the people had connected to their taps. So not the natural water circulation. And again, that would have been silt that would have sunk back down to ground. Also depends on where the golf course is. Desert, yeah, 1 million gallons overnight. Somewhere in humid places, not so much. Yeah, but that's you're relativizing. The data centers, the 5 gallons per day, or 5 million gallons per day, is an average taken between all data centers, where some have a closed loop circuit where they have the water, they have a set amount of water inside and they don't actually take any water in, and others are constantly taking water in. If you're going to average between those two, you can average between golf courses, and if you average between golf courses, they still consume more than the data centers. Today, electricity consumption from data centers is estimated at around 415 terawatt hours, or about 1.5% of global electricity. Exactly. And that is a good argument. That is something you should be like, that's the thing. Electricity consumption, that was one data center. Yeah, no, it's an average of data centers. Not all data centers consume the same amounts of water, but they average it out, and that's where they're going through. If you're going to average it out for what one data center is, you can average it out for what one golf course is. But ignoring that, the electricity consumption is a good argument. That is something people should be focusing on because the electricity consumption is a noticeable impact. Like you said, 1.5% of global electricity consumption in 2024. That's a big thing. That is insanely huge. Not even local, global electricity consumption. That's a noticeable impact. The water consumption is, I think, 0 point something percent of the American water consumption, not even the global water consumption. So it's fine. The water consumption, like, yes, it's still water being consumed that could not be consumed. But it's not as big of an issue as something like the electricity consumption. And by focusing on something that's not as big of an issue, you're weakening the entire issue. There's a really good video on this whole situation by Kyle Hill. If you have I don't want to keep going on this argument because it's going over and over again and I feel like we're just going around in loops. But if you want to watch a good breakdown on it, and I think he makes some points that I also disagree with, but he makes a lot of generally good points, I think, in the argument about like people's focus on the water consumption of data centers. And should definitely take a look at it. Name's Kyle Hill on YouTube. A really good video. And again, while I don't agree with all the points he makes in the video, I do agree with the point of if you focus on the issue that is not as predominant, you weaken your argument about the bigger issue. The electricity consumption is a major issue. But the actual like water consumption, when you take all the data together, it's not as big of an impact as people are trying to make it seem, and it's barely a dent in the actual water usage. While yes, in some local areas it can be a serious problem, it's not a good argument against data centers as a whole, only in specific situations, or in specific locations that have strained water systems. Instead, if you look at the electricity usage, that's a good argument against data centers as a whole. Feeling bad for those long messages? You're fine, Bean. But anyway. Oh, Sen, not to risk your wrath, but pirate maps are good. Pirate maps are phenomenal. You should 100% use the pirate map. They give like 300 doubloons each on average. No, a little less, like 280 on average, I think. And they take like maybe 2 minutes. They're really, really good. 700, yeah. The sailing and the pirate maps are the two best ways to get doubloons. Absolutely insanely strong. I actually genuinely think I'll be able to get all 10 trinkets to Mythic now because they added the sailing and pirate maps. Got 20 map fragments, exactly. You need 10 map fragments to make one map. And you can only use them in the If you can only use them in the aisles. I always find it so hard to find non-biased information for basically anything nowadays and never know whether to trust 100% a lot of the info that pops up, and I'm super bad at research, so I'm always bad at debating anything, but always happy to hear different angles. Hard to tell what's true and what's fear-mongering. Yeah, that's a common thing with everything these days. It's why now more than ever, it's so important to look at multiple sources, including ones that you disagree with, right? Because everyone's biased, but nowadays especially, the bias and the fear mongering has like been turned up to 11. And sometimes we just don't have the energy to like research all of it, and I totally get that. I don't have the energy to research all of the random points that like come across, but I do find it important to not don't take everything at face value. Even when one person like tells you something, even everything that I say, and I say this like, yes, I believe that when I do make my arguments and when I say certain things and when I'm talking about certain things, I believe that I have done a decent amount of research and I believe that I have built up a valid point for myself. Don't take it at face value just because I said it, right? I've come to that conclusion based on things that I've seen, based on what I've done. I could have missed something. I still have a bias. So always do your own research if you're actually like genuinely focused in on that kind of topic. But yeah, that's basically it. One point I'd like to still make on the AI in general, if you would allow me. Okay, this is the last point though, and then I want to move on because I'm kind of tired of the AI conversation. One thing which worries me more than the electricity and water, still pretty bad for the environment, is the damn stock market. If the bubble bursts, and it will at some point, everyone has a problem because everyone and their babushka has some stock in it. Yeah, but to be fair, that is also kind of just the stock market as a whole. Like, if it wasn't AI, it would be something else. If it wasn't AI, it would be Tesla. Or fucking, like, you've got the fucking shit with Musk now that he's like the world's first trillionaire or whatever. When, like, in actuality, it's all just vibes. None of the money that apparently he has actually exists. It's all, like, estimated evaluations. Like, the stock market as a whole is just a crazy system. Ugh. Like, it's all really, when you look at it, like, the entire stock market, like, even though it's kind of crazy that half of our world economy is built on this, but it's all just based on vibes. It's all based on trust me, bro, and vibes. Which is kind of crazy to think how much of the world is reliant on it. I'm installing Palworld and both of the forest games. Oh, hell yeah, corn. I want to go back into Palworld at some point. Palworld would be fun. Matt, should we do a Palworld stream? Not today. Just in general. Because I've been wanting to go back to it. I played it for like a little bit when it first came out. And then I had a server with friends, but the server system in Palworld was kind of shit. And so every time I would log in, all of my pals would be like starving and depressed because their moodlets and their needs would all like drop, but they wouldn't actually interact with all the like storage and stuff that was there. So even though I had a bunch of food and beds for my pals, they wouldn't go to the food and the beds because the area would be unloaded, but the time would still pass, and so their moodlets will still go down. And then every time I would log in, I would spend the first like hour and a half just trying to get the pals to be happy again and like taken care of. And it was so infuriating that I stopped playing because of it. It was so annoying. 1.0 soon? Yeah. I'm looking forward to... Maybe we'll play it when it hits 1.0. That could be fun. Do a 1.0. I bought Palworld ages back because Tao and Man were playing it, and it black screened me? Oh no! Turned out my laptop was not up to it. Haven't tried again since I got the new PC. I'm sure your PC should be able to handle it. I'm sure your PC should be able to handle it. I need people to play the forest with me at some point, just so I don't have a panic attack and just plant myself in a corner for the entire game. Ugh. I wanted to play the forest. I bought the forest. Years ago with my friends, because like they wanted to play. And I was like, perfect. I've been wanting to play it. We all want to play it. Let's get the game and let's play it. And we played together once. And then I think there were like 2 days that we were going to play that I couldn't make it, but I was like, you don't need to wait for me. Like, you guys just play and then I'll like catch back up later. And then when I loaded back in, they had progressed so far ahead that they were basically like already nearing like later game / end game stuff. Meanwhile, I was still in like the very basic early stuff when I had left. You know, like the memes where people are like, oh, you're on Minecraft with a friend, and then you log off for the night, and the next day you log in and they've beaten the Ender Dragon with like full like enchanted gear and everything, like fully built out, and they've basically done with the game. That's literally my friends. Like, that's my friend group with every survival crafter, and the same happened in the forest. And so I just kind of stopped playing. Because I was like, well, it's not really fun if I'm the only one that like hasn't done all the stuff. If I just go from like the start of the game straight into end the game, and then we're done. So yeah. Like a sad song. Good evening, Yurun. Hello. Welcome in, Bean. How are you doing today? Oh, for sure, just no one plays it now, so I haven't jumped in. Ruby, if we do a Power World server or something, would you want to play it? Question. Yeah, so that's how I feel with Bitcraft. That's fair. Yeah, that's fair. To be fair though, the one difference there in Bitcraft is like you don't actually log in for like a month. So we do end up going really far ahead, but that's also because there's a reasonable amount of time that progresses. Problem I have with my friends is that a very short amount of time progresses. Like if I miss 2 play sessions, I end up so far behind. Heck, even when I'm there with them, they still like they play every game like it's a speed run. Unironically, the forest was the only game where I have been so scared that my flight or freeze instincts kicked in so hard in the guts I just froze. I've not managed to get that immersed in a game since. To be honest, if I get too immersed in horror games, it causes all sorts of anxiety bullshit to hit me hard, so I frequently remind myself, this is just a game, it literally can't hurt you. That's why we like horror games, though. It is the anxiety. Like, there was a whole research paper in that, about how, like, the instilled stress of horror games helps to like balance out our like brain chemistry. I can't remember the details, but like, yeah, it's pretty interesting. It's the love shot. Okay. I need to play more of the second forest. Doing fine. Had a semi-productive day. Let's go. Nice. I'm proud of you. Yeah, I'm a tired bean today. It has just been a yapping stream. I had to start late because I ended up having to work a bit overtime. And so today's stream is just kind of we're gonna see where the vibe takes us. And it's mostly been yapping. Had a crash out earlier about games and DLCs. And now we're yapping about horror games and other stuff. Exactly, it's my fault. I'm always a low-level baby in most games I play. Ruby, you just got too many games to play and too little time to play them. I get it. Can I also play Power with the Cat People? Of course, Corn. You're one of the beans. Be totally fine. I've neglected my boyfriend, Kelvin. Oh. To be fair, I do. Like, Catress was pretty cool. I'm trying to remember. I had a couple pals that I really liked, but I can't remember what they were now. I know the little Firefox was really fun because you could pick him up and use him as a flamethrower. That was fun. Sorry if I annoyed with the argument. Got some strong feelings about the topic. Anywho, I'm off to bed. Been awake since 3 a.m. Oh, been focusing on stuff's getting hard. Night. You're all good, kids. Like I said, the entire point, it's in the channel rules and everything. A discussion is completely fine, and you do not need to apologize for it. The only point that you would need to apologize is if you are asked to stop and you do not stop. And you didn't do that. When I said, like, it was enough, you respected that. And so you're all good, Bean. Do not need to apologize. There's nothing wrong with having a disagreement, and there's nothing wrong with having a discussion. So please, never feel like you need to apologize for that. But yeah, go take care of yourself, lovely. Have sweet dreams, okay? Get lots of rest. I always wanted to make an evil Catress fortress. Biotic and his horde of Catresses. Kinda sus. Biotic wants to build up an impenetrable fortress and lock himself inside with a bunch of cat ladies. Kinda sussy.
Apologize for being stinky.
What the fuck? You should apologize for being stinky. Hell? The hell? You should be apologizing for being stinky in your fortress with Catresses. Don't you dare! Nobody leave the cat ladies alone with Biotic. Okay? Protect the cat ladies. Alright. So many games, poor Ruby. It never ends. But Ruby and I are machinists. We're probably the worst cat girls to be around. We still can't leave you alone with Biotic. Biotic wants to do untoward things to the cat girls. We can't allow this. We can't trust Biotic alone with the cat girls. It's just not okay. It'll end badly. We always hug the floor. Ugh. It's okay. I did a bunch of floor hugging when we were doing the raids. Hi, Twinkie. How is Twinkie doing today? Hello, hello. Oh. I don't think we're gonna have a much longer stream, chat. I think we might clear it at about 3-ish hours. Maybe 3 hours and a bit. Because I am definitely starting to feel eepy. Oh, I just yawned. Your boy getting eepy. So. Like, we're not gonna stop just yet. But we are gonna stop, like, probably in the next half hour-ish or so. Wrap it up. A little bit of a shorter, cozy stream. Which, honestly, I think is perfect. It's been a long while since we've had a short stream. I think that's fine. I'm completely okay with a shorter stream. Take your time. I don't know. I think I love the floor way harder than you. I don't know. I think we had I think I had quite a few floor hugging moments while we were playing, while we were doing the raids together. Eepy. I did say at the start of stream, like, there's a part of me that just kind of wants to crawl into bed and just have a sleeping stream. Just a nap stream. We all lie in bed together. We just chill. Baby, love me right. Sleepy Senna 9? That's early for you. No, I've been tired before. Did love me right? I've had a good few times after, like, so, fun fact. I think I've said this before, but I have chronic fatigue, right? And so, in particular, when I am very physically active, my chronic fatigue will flare up a lot faster because my energy levels are just lower than the average person. And so now that I've got some part-time work that is very physically intensive, like a lot of carrying heavy stuff around and moving and blah blah blah. After a work day, I am pooped. I very often take a nap after I get home. I did not do that today because I had to work overtime. And so I only got home at like 5, like quarter. I only finished working at like 5 when I was supposed to finish at like 3:30, 4 o'clock, around that range. And so I started stream later because I wanted to like kind of chill out a little bit after getting home. But I haven't really been able to like properly like get my rest in like I normally would. Baby, love me right. Love me right. Oh, look at the beans tackling each other. Have one of my red bills? No, thank you. Fuck that noise. I don't like energy. They also probably wouldn't work for me. Because, like, most things that give people energy don't really give me energy. Like coffee as well. Caffeine does nothing for me. I could shot 3 espressos right now and then still go to sleep. Like, it does absolutely nothing. I am fully immune to the concept of caffeine, I think. And energy drinks, just the smell of a Red Bull will, like, send me. I don't like those at all. So, you can keep them, Biotic. Thank you, though. Na, 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 na. I must admit I did pretty well in the past dungeon and trials recently. Was actually paying attention to mechanics. Let's go! Good job, Ruby. Also trying to learn mechanics better. Ruby! Ruby! I just realized something. Since I'll have money and be able to do my sub again, would you want to go through when the expansion drops? Would you want to co-stream? We could co-stream through the expansion. Are you gonna take time off when the expansion drops? We could just do a week of Final Fantasy together. Thoughts? What if we could get like 4 people together? And we could just go through like all the dungeons and like we could go through the whole story together. Oh, that would be cool. Coco, thoughts? Matt, Tao, Tex? I'm coming up with ideas. I'm pulling people. No, wait, Tex is really far behind on his character still. Options. Plus that way we'd all be in the same point of the story, so we can't accidentally spoil each other. Trying to also the mechanics better. Naps are phenomenal. I love naps. I've also started sitting closer when on the sofa. It helps a lot, and starting to actually read the attack names and remember them and try to stop staring at my hotbar quite as much. Nice. 10-20-minute naps can change your day in a better way. I love it. Oh yeah. I wish I could nap. I just suffer instead. Oh. He's coffee resistant. That I am. Caffeine does nada but make me anxious, and pulse hits harder. Oh no. My fan is blasting my face with candy cane scent. What? You have a candy cane fan? Plain corn. Energy drinks make my kidney quiver, and I love that. Oh, Coco. Yes, ooh, maybe. I would say Tower Map, but they will likely just plow through hard. Fair. We could see if we could get like a group of 4 together. If we could convince Tex. Maybe. I'm seeing a way we can make this work. FF14 is fun. Okay, no, I'm out. No, I did not fall asleep. No, Bean. Go get your rest. Go take care of yourself, Gitso. I appreciate you. Thank you for hanging out with us, lovely. And thank you for the discussion. It was fun. I enjoyed it. I'll have it on PC then, as waiting for it to drop to get it. Oh. Also, me and Coco need to take you treasure hunting. True! Well, we can still do that before the expansion drops, right? We still have time. Actually, do we have a release date for the expansion? What was the expansion date? Like, do we have an exact date? Because I know it was like early next year, but send messages, text, hurry up. And you're like, hurry the fuck up! Level up now! I want you an end game before the expansion. I'm gonna make Tex do what I did for Dawn Trail. Because I fucking speedran through Stormbringer. What? Stormblood, Shadowbringer, and Endwalker. I speedran through all 3 of those. My brain fucking had a aneurysm, I think, for a moment there. I speedran through all 3 of those between like January and June or something. Actually, no, I think I speedran it all in like 3 months so that I could get into like time for Dawn Trail. Yeah, no, because I started... No. I started playing Final Fantasy in January. And then I was already ready for Dawn Trail. No, I got to the end of Endwalker. But I think I still needed to do like 3 of the post-game patches by the time Dawn Trail came out. I think I'd done the first like 2 or 3 post-game patches for Endwalker when Dawn Trail came out. Before Dawn Trail came out. Something like that. But basically, I went through the entire story of Final Fantasy XIV in like 5 months. It was intense. So now I'm going to make Tex do that. So that he'll be ready for when when the next one comes out. My fan has this little cotton thing in it that absorbs liquids, and I just casually put some candy cane perfume in it, and it's been the greatest decision. That sounds amazing, Corn. You're a genius. What the heck? Of course, and fishing trip, January, I think, end of. I want to say 27th, but that might be Final Fantasy VII. I still need to finish Dawn Trail. Damn, Coco! You gotta get on that. Lars, fancy speedrunning through 6 expansions, including base game. He's got 6 months. I did it in 6. He can do it in 6. I believe in him. Blouse is a god gamer. It's really good. I'm literally in the last patch for now, and it's really interesting. 6 months? What? What's wrong with me doing it in 6 months? Why you JFCing me? I'm just a speedy boy. I was doing important things then, like glams. That's true. My glam game is that's what the next 6 months are gonna be. Once I get my subscription on, here's the plans, okay? Here's the plan, all right? When I get my subscription, this is like a 4 or 5 stage program, okay? Stage 1 is complete post-Dawn Trail patches. Stage 2 is go back and complete the alliance raids of all the other expansions. Stage 3 is go back and complete like all the other optional like trials and raids from the previous expansions. And like dungeons as well. And then stage 4 is actually lock in on the glam game. Because while I like how my character looks, I definitely want to lock in for more of my glams. And then in between all of those, like while those 4 stages are going on, I did say a 5-stage plan. It's stage 5, but it's actually kind of stage the entire time. So let's call it stage A. Is working simultaneously of stage 1 through 4, is leveling up some of my other classes. Because I want to have more classes than just my my Scholar and Dancer. I probably will still just mostly play Scholar and Dancer because I think those 2 classes match my vibe the best. Both for what I enjoy playing and for like me as a person and like my personality style. I think those 2 classes just work the best for me. Although maybe Sage. I might get really into Sage. I haven't tried it yet. I didn't like Astrologian that much. And I want to get a tank class in. I want to get Paladin. I think Paladin is gonna fit. Again another one that like conceptually I really like. So yeah. That's the 5-step plan. As soon as my subscription's back on, I'm gonna need you guys to lock in with me and help me do that, okay? Sound good? Ruby, you ready? Coco? Matt? Tao? Everyone else? Okay. I also wanted to complete Dawn Trail as Dancer, so I'm leveling that currently. The Dawn Trail fits for Dancer are so fucking gorgeous. I still have like the level 99 profession or outfit that it gave because it's so good. It looks so good. I haven't even glammed it. And I probably am going to use it in my dancer glam when I put one together. Glam game is the most important. Exactly. That's why, like, so the reason why the other stages 1 through 3 exist before stage 4, which is glam game, is because stages 1 through 3 are going to help unlock glam game, right? Because like all the glams come from the different like raids and dungeons. I need to unlock all the raids and dungeons so that I can then go after the glams. I need a new glam for each expansion, and I am not opposed to swiping. Tal says I should tank it and learn Paladin. A gladiator, that's right, is like level 15. I at your service? Hell yeah. Having me and Ruby at the same time would keep it challenging at least. You'll become a better healer. Just keeping us alive. Maybe I'll finally, maybe then I'll finally get good at rescue. Because I forget to use my rescues all the time. And when I do remember to use them, I use it so late. So maybe you two can train me in using rescues on time. It'll be perfect. I don't like it. I didn't like it. I tried Picto because something, and the enemies were the most you have to move guys ever, and I hated using cost bars. Aw. Yeah. Picto, I love Picto conceptually. The idea of like painting magic together and like all of the abilities are really fun, and I love the aesthetics and the concept. But like the actual gameplay just felt so boring. And I'm sad because I really wanted to like it. Because I love the hammer. I love the little Moogle summon. I love like the little like environment things that you paint. I love the like paint abilities themselves, how they look. But you're really just pressing the same button over and over again for the most part. And it feels really, really boring to me, right? That's why the reason I like playing healer is because like it's the thing actually, like as I've been getting like in the last couple of years in particular, I've been really learning this fact about myself. I really don't like routine. I don't like having like a set system of do this, then do this, then do this, then do this. Like, I need a chaotic situation that requires me to be adaptable. That's what keeps me engaged and interested, right? So like, even while like what I said earlier about pressing the same button, when you're a healer, technically, you are pressing the same button all the time. Because I only get, like, with my Scholar, I only have 2 damage buttons. And one of them's a dot. So I really only have 1 damage button. Actually, I have 3 damage buttons, but 2 of them are dots. So I only use those, like, very rarely. And one of them has a really long cooldown. So, like, most of the time I'm just pressing the same button. However, because I'm the healer, I have to pay attention to everybody else and react to what's happening to them. When they take damage, I need to react. Like, if everyone's taking damage, I need to do an AoE spell. Or if there's a big spell coming in, I can, like, preemptively put up, like, damage reductions or shields. Or maybe I need to heal one person. Maybe I need to, like, heal 2. Maybe I need to, like, prioritize. Like, there's constantly things and choices that I have to make and reactions that I have to do. And that is something I really like. But, like, most of the DPSs, you kind of just press the same button. All right, now you press the next button. And then you do, like, this orientate. Like, you always do the same buttons in the same order pretty much the entire time. It's the reason I enjoy Dancer, is because Dancer, again, is very random. A lot of your abilities have a chance to activate the next ability, but don't guarantee it, so you don't have the same rotation every time, but you're constantly reacting to what you do and don't have available to you. And that I really like. It keeps my brain engaged, and it makes me happy. So that's why, like, I don't like the really simple, boring stuff. Because it just doesn't engage me. It's the same thing as why I don't like office jobs, for example, and why I need a job that has a lot of variety in it. Because my brain just doesn't work with boring, simple, constant tasks. Oh, Dane with the 36. Ugh, poor Bean. You're doing with the 55. Yep, Pride Month is over. Pride Month is over. We're back to being straight. You were very good at rescue last time. I'm pretty sure I only rescued you like twice or 3 times. I think I rescued you 3 times and 2 of them I was too late. So I don't know if I really, if it was as good as you think it was. One will be, you can only rescue one of us and the other will be sentenced to death. That's fine. I'll rescue you based on, that means you just have to fight for the right to be rescued. Right now, Ruby's got points ahead because Ruby's promised to get me Milo. So, Coco, you're gonna have to... Actually, well, no. Ruby's promised to get me Milo. Coco drew my desktop background. But then Ruby also drew me in Baguette. And Coco drew me as a space femboy. So, like... You're just gonna have to plead your case for who gets to get saved. Otherwise, we'll just alternate. I really liked one of the 4 buttons I had. It took me a while for me to realize what it did. I need simple. I need a not. Look at the hop. That's very fair. Dancer's fun though. I really love how fast it can go. Exactly. No, that's why I like Dancer. It's fast. It looks cool. Thematically, it fits perfectly with me. And on top of all of that, it sounds really fun. And it also keeps my brain engaged. It's like Dancer is like the perfect class for me in terms of DPS. And it slaps harder when you got some tunes on. True. Honestly, Dancer in Dawn Trail, when you get the Dawn Trail combat music, Dancer fucking hits next level. Just the open world Dawn Trail combat music, that dun dun, dun 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 dun, is just, oh. Oh. Everything burns. This is gonna be fun. We share a brain cell. We're basically the same person, so true. I'm gonna do the opposite. I'll take a shot of Red Bull every time I die as incentive for you to save me. Ooh, that's a good one. Oh shit. You're gonna need to figure out something that can counteract that, Ruby, because I think Coco might be forcing. Although, to be fair, I could also shield Coco out of death, maybe. Sometimes. I guess it depends what Coco's about to get smacked in the face with. Whether it's an insta-kill or just a lot of damage. Yeah, I do want to try Dancer and Picto because art, but cost bars are my enemy. It is the perfect Dancer. It's so good. Did they ever put the Dawn Trail music on yet? Is it on Spotify? Because I want to add some of it to my playlist. Actually, I'm curious now. Go look. Ad starting soon. Dad, I think we're gonna wrap up soon, so I'm gonna snooze the ad break. And we're gonna stop in a couple minutes. I just want to quickly check if the music is there. Where? I'll say your It is here. It is on Spotify. Oh. Okay, give me a second because I need to find the song now. I think so. But yes, looking forward to you getting it. Yeah, I'm so excited. I need the. Do you know what the song is called? I think it's. Nope. Nope. You're not the one that I'm looking for either. Which one is it? Nope. No, wait, this is from Spire to Sea. Then never mind. That's not Dawn Trail. Fuck, I clicked on the wrong thing. I was wondering why I wasn't recognizing these. Wait, is there? No, wait. No, there's only the single. Damn it, no, there's still only the two songs. Yeah, because there's still... Yeah, there's only that one. Never mind. Well, rip. Okay. Masayo Shisoken hates us. Sobbing, crying, screaming. Why would you deny us the glory? Okay. Anyhow, beans. Cutie patooties. Lovely little beans. Let me go back to where we were. I wanna... Alright. Alright, cutie patooties. Lovely little beans. It has been 3 hours of just straight yapping. And it's been very fun. However, it's time for your boy to stop. I'm gonna go eat dinner. I'm gonna go chill out and just have a lazy night, I think. And then we will be back on Friday. I don't know yet what we'll do on Friday. So you're gonna have to wait and see. Okay? Okay? Ba. Alright. Beep that good door. But yeah, thank you lovelies for hanging out with me. Before we go raid out, while I'm going to start looking for a raid target for us, I want to make sure that all of you know that whether you're here for a minute, whether you're here for the whole stream, whether you're lurking, chatting, or anything in between, you are appreciated. And you're loved. So don't you dare go trying to deny that, okay? Or I will attack you. Alright, who do we have that's live that we can say hi to? Tough. This is a tough one. There's not a lot of beans currently. You know what? We've been yapping. So I think we're gonna go to something like chill that's also kind of yappy. Let's go say hi to the yappy artist Ordekai. Right? I think Ordy's a good target for it. Ordy's just started and they're working on their own model. So that's absolutely perfect. All right. Dee. Our raid message. We're gonna go and yap Ordy's ears off. If you don't have access to my emote, chat. Option 1. For 80 Meowny in the channel point section right underneath the chat, you can unlock a static emote of your choosing for the next 24 hours all around Twitch. If you don't want to do that, or cannot do that, you can also use Twitch's very own cool cat emote, because you're all a bunch of cool cats. That's a fact. So yeah. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I appreciate you all yapping with me today. I really appreciate that, like, we have this vibe where we can just kind of sit here and talk for 3 hours straight. It was actually funny. I was talking to my boss earlier today about the fact that, like, I used to not be much of a yapper and that I've gotten better at it over the years. And this is proof of it. And it's all thanks to you. So yeah, take care of yourself, beans. I appreciate you all. Bye, Ruby. Bye, Coco. Bye, Dendro. Bye, Arun. Bye, Red. Bye, Plice. Love you all lots. Okay, bye. Mwah! I give lots of love to Ordy, okay? Bye. Mwah.